Resident Evil 7 is the 7th main title game and somewhere around the 28th game overall in the Resident Evil franchise. The story takes place from the perspective of our humble protagonist Ethan, who is searching for his estranged wife Mia, who has been missing for several years. This search leads him to a sizable estate in the outskirts of the Louisiana Bayou, and though it seems lifeless and abandoned, this illusion is soon dissolved. You soon find yourself trapped within the estate and subject to the various horrors foisted upon you by the members of the Baker family and their penchant for seemingly unending violence. Traditionally, Resident Evil games have always taken place from the third-person perspective, but games like PT and Amnesia: The Dark Descent have really shown that with quality sound design and graphics, the first-person perspective can really be all the more horrifying. Resident Evil 7 really seems to be the first attempt to implement these new concepts into a full-length survival horror game. So what's lost and what's gained by this shift of perspective from the older games to 7? Well, you lose the wide open spaces, the shambling armies of zombies threatening to overwhelm you, and the spacious industrial gunfights that you might have found in some of the more recent titles. But what's gained is really an overall feeling of immersion. The environments are grisly and detailed and draw you in. The sound design is incredibly spatialized and haunting when the sound from the other room turns out to actually be something hunting for you. The early game involves searching the estate for the various elements needed to progress forward, all the while being pursued by the various inhabitants thereof, not all of whom can be immediately dispatched. This lends to a very frustrating but very effective feeling of helplessness. The game eventually narrows into a more linear progression with more conventional enemies, and the story climaxes in typical Resident Evil fashion, unfurling just what has befallen the Baker family and Mia. Just enough familiar tropes, including green herbs, breakable crates, and Raccoon City lore, make it in so that the game can truly be called Resident Evil. Though the game seems to lose steam towards the end, overall the experience is exhilarating, at some points terrifying, and very satisfying. Though there are still a number of wrinkles to sort out, it seems Resident Evil has taken to the new survival horror paradigm like a fish to water. If you liked the other Resident Evil titles, or played Amnesia: The Dark Descent and thought, why can't I shoot back, this is probably the game for you.